Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lene, and I hope you're well. If you're not, I hope you're well soon. Hello. Um, Today I wanted to talk about really I want to talk about the statement of how we shouldn't care what other people think of us. We shouldn't worry about what others are thinking about us. And what people mean by that, but how it can seem sometimes. So, when people say, "Oh, don't worry about what other people think of you. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't worry about it." It's kind of like saying that you shouldn't care or worry about something, but you do. That's what it implies, right? But if you really think about it, there are reasons why people worry and care about how others perceive them, and one of those things is the social aspect of wanting to belong, wanting to feel like you are a part of something. And so it is valid to feel like you want people to perceive you in a positive light, right? That's pretty normal, that's pretty human. But I think the overall deeper intention with the saying, though it doesn't necessarily sound that way to me, is that you should not place your self concept, your self perspective, it should not be reliant on others' perceptions of you. So that feels like a better way to put it, as in, and not saying you should or don't, because that's kind of, it's almost like pushing someone to do something rather than inviting them to do something in a way that is less forceful. And I don't like using statements that are forceful, like don't or should. It just, because when you say don't, it's like, I don't know, it's the wording sometimes can actually have a certain effect energetically that I don't prefer. So that's why I'm saying that. But instead of should or don't, you can say others' perceptions of you are not the true value of who you are. And in worrying and being upset with yourself because of others' perceptions of you is not helpful to you. So, no don't or should. It is good to be aware of how you are relying on others' perceptions of you to validate you, and how you may rely on them too much, to the point that if others have certain judgments of you, your self-concept and self-view falls apart, right? So we also know that when we put energy and focus onto the perceptions of others, their perceived negative view of us or perceived overly positive view of us, whichever way it goes, it can distort reality for ourselves in terms of who we actually are. The full, the full scope of who we actually are as people. And the thing about it is, truly, there is no one else that will ever know you as much as you know yourself. If you go deep enough, because you're the only you. You're the only one who's in your body, in your mind, in your soul, experiencing everything you experience. No one will ever truly know you like you do. They can view you from the outside in certain ways, and they may know certain parts of you, but it is not possible for another human being to fully know you unless they were you, right? So to help us not care as much to help us not care. Not that we shouldn't, because that it's a normal human thing, but to if we would like to shift out of that to help us not necessarily care as much about how others view us, we can recognize that, again, there's no way to appease everyone. There's no way to change yourself in a way that is ever going to please everyone, because everyone has a different view and perspective and understanding of the world that you cannot fit into. That is just the simple fact, the simple truth. So there's no point in doing that. It will just distress you and waste your time and your energy. That's the thing. Like, you put so much time and energy into, trying to reconcile another's viewpoint of you when that's not even you. Like I said, you're the only one who actually knows you fully. So that, if you think about it like that, there's really no point in doing that. It is literally a waste of your time and energy. But in not caring, you also take your power back and recognizing that you do know who you are and you do know your value. It is there. It is others' perceptions and views and projections and the things you may have experienced that have led you to believe that you need to rely on others' perceptions of you to have a solid self-concept. And that is not true. So from my point of view, from my experience, the best way to shed your, the tendency to put your value in your self-concept, like to rely on others' view of you for your self-concept, your self-perception, is to recognize that only you know who you are. And when you invest in knowing who you are and sticking with that and, developing the self-awareness and the self-love and the self-presence within you, automatically others' perceptions of you will not impact you as heavily. Because when it starts to come up, you can recognize, you can observe how others are viewing you, but then come back to your actual ultimate truth of who you actually know yourself to be. So when you actually know who you are, and someone's idea of you doesn't actually match up with who you are, you can automatically say, hey, that's not even right. So why would I care that this person is viewing me this way when it's not even truly accurate? It could be frustrating in some ways in circumstances like that. But again, depending on who it is, most times there's no point in trying to appease or convince anyone that you are or are not a certain way. Because you know the truth. You know the truth. And those closest to you who know you will know the truth too. If they're that close to you and they're there for you, they will know. And so what does it really matter if you and those closest to you who you love and love you know who you are, recognize those parts of you, and know that certain parts aren't true, then really there's no point in caring what those other people are thinking of you and viewing you in these negative lights or these extreme lights or inaccurate lights, because again, no one will ever know you like you know yourself. No one. That is a superpower. Let me tell you right there, when you are in your body and you are confident in yourself and you know who you are, it does not matter what those people are saying anymore. It does not. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, yeah, that was my message for today, and I hope you guys are well. I'm filming at night. I usually don't, but I was just feeling a nice, energetic wee, so I was like, I'm gonna get on and just record a video really quick, and I'm happy I did. So, I hope you guys are well, and if you're not, I hope you're well soon, and have a great morning, day, night, or whatever time it is where you are. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I really do. Thank you for watching, for being here, and yeah, keep being you. And don't worry. Well, I'm not going to say that. I invite you to not care or worry about others' perceptions of you, because often they are inaccurate and don't really matter. Okay, so yes, bye guys.